Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm back today with day 21 in our Scrap September series, and the prompt for today is to use a quote. So these are the photos that I'm using, and if you've been watching our videos for this series, you will have seen this photo already. My sister actually used this in, I think it was day 2 of her layouts, so apologies that you're seeing the same photo, but it is a completely different layout. So as you can see, I'm going for a red theme. And the reason for this is that I had actually decided initially to give this to my mother and father as their 40th wedding anniversary gift, or part of their 40th wedding anniversary gift. But their 40th wedding anniversary was in January and it is September. So we're pretty much closer to their 41st wedding anniversary. And most of you may be aware, but the 40th anniversary is ruby, so hence the red theme. I will give Mum the option if she would like to keep this layout. She is more than welcome to it. That's why I'm making it 12 by 12, because that's the size she scraps, but also if we wanted to frame it, that's the size frames that are easily available from Kmart here in Australia. 12 by 12 shadow boxes, which are really helpful when you're wanting to hang layouts for display. So you can see here I'm just cutting out rectangles of the different pieces of paper. And I'm sort of layering the photos. I know the photos are essentially identical. They were taken on the same day, my nephew's first birthday. And so that was in February. So even the photos were taken after my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. So I wanted to use this photo because it's, you know, our most recent family photo, and it's the nicest one we've taken in a while. Obviously it's also got my nephew in it, and you'll see me, I use a quote about family, so obviously I wanted a photo with all the family, and I couldn't choose, and I knew the layout would work with 2 photos, so yeah, I went with both, even though they're essentially the same photo. I'm just pulling out some ephemera. I went through my stash and just pulled out things that were sort of red, black and gold, because I knew that that was sort of the colour scheme I was going for. Obviously predominantly red, but you know, I knew that I was going to pull in some gold and black into the layout as well. So just pulling out some things and some tags and tiny word stickers and that type of thing. So I had these tags in my stash which are, they've got writing on them. Yeah, so I thought I'd include some of those in the layout. I'm pretty happy roughly with the clusters in terms of the layering, so I'm going to stick that down, and I do it one at a time, and it's a little bit more time consuming, but I find, you know, it's easy to do it this way, and it means I can trim the layers as I'm going if some of them I find are a bit big, like this one here, which I sort of trimmed the bottom off. That was also because I hadn't cut it with a paper trimmer, so it was a little bit wonky. I think I want to use 2 tags, but I don't love the string that's in them, so I'm taking out the string, and I will replace it with some red ribbon. Yeah, so I'm just working on the top layer now, as you can see, sorry, the top photo, and layering that up. This was actually a really quick layout to put together. Now, I already knew my title, and I actually, you'll see shortly, I had already put my title together prior to even filming this layout, just on a piece of plastic, just because it's a really long title and I knew it would take me a long time, and I was trying to work out which stickers I could use that had enough letters. Yeah, so I've already put that together, so it actually saved me quite a lot of time because I kind of knew how in my head how I wanted everything to come together, and yeah, it came together. So they're my 2 sort of photos. They're done now, and I'm going to bring in some ribbon so I can put it through that hole in the tag. So I pulled out some ribbon from my stash that was red, obviously, and then I pulled out a little bit of white, or kind of off-white ribbon as well, because I thought I'd like to layer that up. So I went for the kind of, what do you call this, tulle type, organza-y type, I don't really know. I'm not a ribbon connoisseur, but that sort of see-through one, I went with that one because I just liked the texture and I thought it added something a little bit different to the layout. So I'm trimming it down because I didn't want it to be too long, and yeah, really happy with the ribbon choice. So I'm going to attach the photos down now because I've pretty much finished anything to do with the photo. So I wanted to stick them down. I decided not to pop them up on foam. I do usually do that for my photos, but because it's a really long title, I just decided that I was going to leave the photos flat because the layout does end up kind of having a lot going on. So I've stuck those down, and this is what I mean when I say I'd already prepared my title. So I'd already stuck it down on some plastic and worked out, you know, what thickers I was going to use, and I had that word love in, I think it was the Charmed thicker words. Yeah, so I have edited out all the sticking the words down because who really needs to see all of those. I did have to do some doctoring for my E's. I didn't have enough E's in my thicker set. Obviously I had a few sets of these white thickers. They were really well loved though, so I didn't have a lot of vowels left, and this particular saying used a lot of E's, but I ended up just using the F, which were almost exactly the same shape, and then I just cut up a Z or a Z, depending how you say that letter, and sort of doctored the E's, the bottom foot on the E's, and it works well, and I'm glad because, you know, I like to be able to, I wanted to use the same thickers. I love that the word love is kind of prominent because I think, you know, that I guess that's the purpose of this photo, is to, you know, talk about family and love and all that other soppy stuff. But yeah, I really like it, how it looks. I'm just working on a little cluster in the top right hand corner. It probably didn't really need it because I don't do one in the bottom left, but I don't know, I just felt like something else, and I didn't feel like I was finished. So I just add a label of all things, but that's red around the outside, and another label that's black. And by the time I finish this cluster, you can't actually see the white space anyway in terms of the labels, because I then end up sticking the gold banner that I just cut on the top like that. So I'm sticking that down, and then I'm just going to add a couple of little embellishments. And I don't really do much. I have these little white and red flowers, and I've only got 4 of them. They came in an ephemera pack from Kaiser Craft. So I'm going to stick down those using some dimensionals just to pop them up. So there's 2 large ones and there's 2 small ones. So I'm going to stick those down. And then I'm going to add some tiny word stickers and some Heidi Swap Colour Shine, and the layout is finished. Because the title's so big, I don't know how other people feel when they're doing really big titles, but when your title's so big, I don't feel like you need so much in the embellishment department because, you know, I guess the title is almost the focus. And definitely here, because I used a quote, but even when you don't use a quote and you just make a really long title, I do feel like the title is the focus, so I didn't want to sort of take away from that too much. So yeah, that's it. I hope you're enjoying our series so far. What's this, day 21? So, you know, we're over halfway through. Yeah, we've really enjoyed putting the layouts together, and it's really kind of pushed us to, I guess, extend ourselves a little bit in our scrapping, and it's been nice to have a video up every day of the month. It's not something we have done before, so, oh, that's not true, sorry, we do it in December, and we will hopefully be doing it in December again this year, but a little bit different because we were doing the advent calendars, and, you know, opening an advent calendar video only took 2 minutes, whereas these ones are much more time consuming. But yeah, loving how much scrapping we've been getting done, and working through our albums. I know Jess in particular is so close to finishing a couple of unfinished albums that she's really pleased about, so that's exciting. So this is the end. You see my hands going, my jazz hands. I'll give you some close-ups of the layout, but thank you so much for watching. I'm glad, you know, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Like, comment and subscribe. We love interacting with you in the comments. But yeah, we'll see you in tomorrow's video, and I hope you guys are playing along at home. Alright everyone, bye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!